What's up my Jeezies, my name is Kajaji, and you are watching my videos, I don't know why. But yeah, you guys have been wanting me to make more rogue tutorials, and I can totally dig that. I mean, I haven't been in the mood to make them, mostly because they are so time consuming, but now I've got a lot of tips and tricks and macros that I think will help if you're having a lot of trouble playing your rogue. Now, to effectively use a lot of these macros, you have to be a pretty good player, but if you're having trouble with these, then the only thing I can recommend is practice them. You know, don't be like, oh, that's out of my skill level, I can't do that, so I'm not going to do that. That's what I used to do all the time, and I wouldn't learn something because I assumed that I wasn't good enough to learn it. So keep that in mind. Nobody expects you to be able to take these macros and effectively use them right off the bat. Nobody expects that. Just take the macro and try to remember to use it when you need it, you know? Really get that muscle memory down, and yeah, eventually it will just become second nature for you. You won't even have to think about it, and you'll do it. And once you get to that point, that's like the very tip of the iceberg when people really start becoming a great player. And these macros are essential to doing that. So yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know to start watching this video. If you have any more questions, then leave them down below and I will try to answer them. And again, if you would please leave this video with a like or a comment or a favorite, anything that could possibly help me, that would be amazing. Right now, I am paying for my meals with YouTube money. So, I don't want to starve, guys. I really don't. So yeah, like, comment, favorite, anything you could do to possibly help if I helped you, any whatsoever. So yeah, peace guys. Okay, so this is the basic burst macro, and I know I've gone on and on about how you shouldn't pop Shadow Blades and Shadow Dance together because it feels like a waste, but right now, the rogue playstyle is you have about 8 seconds to completely nuke somebody, and if you don't do that in that amount of time, then that's it. Because our damage without cooldowns is really, really bad. So the basic rogue arena playstyle right now is take all your cooldowns, pop them at once, and kill something in that amount of time. So this macro will help you do that. It pops pretty much every important cooldown, and yeah, use this when you want stuff to die, is basically the only tip I can give you for making this work. And here's the rotation to go along with this, and keep in mind it does take a little bit of practice if you haven't used this before, but yeah. Just try and make sure you get this down. This is the staple of the rogue class right now. Alright, now you always want to pre-med and then put up your slice and dice, like right before you open. That'll make sure that once you open, you'll have your energy regenning and you'll be able to do a lot more damage in the 8 seconds that you have. Now you're going to want to open with Garrote. I open with Garrote on any target. It doesn't even matter. Open with Garrote and that will put up your Sanguinary Vein. Now that will help your damage out a ton because it'll increase your damage by 20% with all of your abilities. It's really, really good. So you always want to have a bleed effect, i.e. Garrote or Rupture on the target. Now after that, you're going to cheap shot them. Now if you take Prey on the Weak, then they will be taking even more damage on top of the Sanguinary Vein damage. Now after all of that is up, you want to go ambush, Evis, ambush, Evis, ambush, Evis. Over and over and over again until they're dead. And there you go. That's pretty much rogue right now. Now it takes a lot of practice to get the muscle memory down, so don't expect to go out and just one-shot people, but it is pretty fast once you get it down. Alright, so now we're going to talk about focus macros. Now let's say my buddy Pyration was trying to stop me from getting to the enemy druid. That's a new druid form, don't question me. Instead of actually going over and targeting Pyration to gouge him, I could push this one little button, and then he's gouged. It's pretty nice. Now the macro is this. What I've set it to do is whenever I'm not holding down my alt key, it'll gouge my target. But whenever I hold down my alt key, it'll gouge my focus target. So I do that with like all of my abilities. I've got one for Dismantle, I've got one for Kick, I've got one for Shiv, I've got one for everything. Now I would highly recommend getting focus macros for all of your needed abilities, because they are really amazing. All of your CC abilities, anything. Always use focus macros. Now, especially in this scenario, the best thing about this is usually they don't expect you to kick them if you're not targeting them. So say you set like a healer to the focus target, you can run up next to them and focus kick them without them really expecting that you're going to focus kick them. Now, if you want to be even sneakier about it, you can do a focus step kick. Now, this is the macro right here. Just bind that to anything, and basically what that does, it will instantly step you over to your target, and you will kick them. Now this, it's amazing. You don't have to be facing them, of course. You know, shadow step, you can shadow step behind you. You just push the button and it will step to them and kick them. It's kind of the best macro that I have. Now, the really good healers will know about this, and you still might get juked, but it's way harder to juke a step kick. You know, because from a healer's point of view, you're way over there. And in their minds, it's less likely for you to try and kick them if you're further away from them. So usually they won't juke you if you're further away and if you step kick them. So that I've gotten so many kicks because they just didn't juke. You know, they didn't expect me to step them and kick them. So yeah, that is pretty much it for my tutorial video. If you enjoyed it, if you learned something, then leave me a comment or a like down below. That'd be amazing if you would do that. I don't know, it just makes me feel good. And if I haven't plugged my live stream enough, I have a live stream. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, right here. Yeah, I'm probably going to be live streaming some of the free Guild Wars 2 weekend with my friend Nara. I don't know, maybe. It depends on how well my computer can run it. So, I don't know, this Saturday maybe, you can maybe expect to see some Guild Wars 2 live streams? No idea. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you tomorrow. Later, Jeezies!